Welcome to DIY Easy Crafts. Today we're going to take a look at making a two-color heat transfer shirt without the use of a heat press. So the particular patriotic design that we came up with is the America Land of the Free because of the Brave. I found this on my daughter's Etsy store called ABKR Creations. She's got a bunch of patriotic themed art on there, many of which are SVG files which you can download. And these are cut files for the vinyl cutting machines. So I picked one that I thought I was going to like. It is a two-color design. I have the old version of the Silhouette Cameo, so I can't import the SVG. I just have to trace a JPEG image. It's very easy to do. Now, when you're making a shirt, whether it's one color or two on heat transfer vinyl, you have to work on the back of the image or the mirror image. So I just sized it appropriately, the size of the design that I wanted or on the shirt that I wanted, and then I just flipped that design over. That allows you to look at the back of the design. Then I was able to separate that design out, so I separated the red from the blue. Once it was separated, I sent that to the actual vinyl cutting machine. Now the heat transfer vinyl, you want to have it with the shiny side down, so you're actually cutting on the dull side. It's pretty cool stuff. So it has a clear transfer film already attached to it. You want to take your time and get your vinyl cutting machine set so that it only cuts through the vinyl and not through that transfer film. Now for the blue areas of the design, I also separated those out and grouped them and cut those separately. And I was able to kind of push those together so that I would use less vinyl. Now weeding this stuff is actually pretty easy if you spend the time and get your machine settings correct or the knife settings correct. You can use one of the little weeding tools. The big areas, once you lift the vinyl and start to peel it, you can just peel it by hand. For some of the smaller designs, and I'll show you in a minute, like the lettering, the inside of the lettering, you probably want to use a tweezer. So this is the transfer film attached to the matte cutting board that's used during the cutting process. And when you peel it, so now you have the clear transfer or contact sheet, and you'll see the red as it would appear on the shirt. So now I'm going to go back and weed the blue vinyl. And this is what I'm talking about. A pair of tweezers, 90-degree tweezers, comes in real handy for doing the small details, especially the inside of the lettering. Once everything's set, you're going to use heat and pressure. So I wanted to pre-warm the t-shirt that I'm going to use. I laid a towel out on a kitchen counter, so it's a nice firm area, and I preheated that shirt. I used some parchment paper only because I have some dirt on the bottom of my iron and I didn't want to smudge the shirt. I'm going to place that heat transfer vinyl exactly where I want it on the shirt, and then with a home iron, nothing special, set on a cotton setting, no moisture, so no steam at all. You want to just press down for about a 10 or a 15 count. And then instead of moving the iron, side to side as you would iron a piece of clothing, you want to lift it, move it over, and repress the next area. And you want to repeat that process until the entire design is heated and pressed, somewhere in the 10 to 15 second count. Then you can get rid of the parchment paper and carefully start to peel that transfer film. Just make sure that none of that red is going to lift off, because it's not completely adhered at this point. I really wanted to do here is demonstrate that people don't have to buy a heat press. They can come up with some really cool shirt designs and make your own shirts really just with a home iron. So I'm going to position the blue or the bottom blue area, text and stars, just by eye, and then I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to put parchment paper down and I'm going to heat it for a 10 or 15 count. Also applying pressure at the same time. When that's done, I'll remove the parchment paper, carefully peel that contact sheet, and then I'm going to repeat for the top section. You could actually do both blue sections at the same time. This is literally the first two-tone heat transfer shirt that I've ever made, so I wanted to be a little careful. I did it in 2 sections. So I'm just going to press the blue for the top section, 10 or 15 count, parchment paper is in place. And then once this is done, I'm going to peel that contact sheet, and then one more time I'm going to put the parchment paper over the entire design, just for protection, and I'm going to really set that design into the shirt. So I'm going to reheat it and press it, so it's under pressure, for at least another 15 seconds. Now you can do this in small batches of 4 or 5 seconds and just repeat it however you want to do it. And this project really is that simple. So here you have, it actually ends up being a 3-color because you're counting the white of the shirt. But 2 colors that we heat pressed. Downloaded the image from ABKR Creations on Etsy and ended up with a really nice 2-color design t-shirt. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Would absolutely love to hear comments in the comments section. And I'd like to give you an invite to check us out on the web at DIYeasycrafts.com. Thank you very much for watching.